Hello again, everybody, and welcome to another Inside Lowell podcast. I am your host, Teddy Panos, coming here from the WellPoint Studios here in downtown Lowell. WellPoint is the only health plan offering healthcare benefits exclusively to Massachusetts GIC members. At WellPoint, your whole health is their whole point. We thank our friends at WellPoint for helping to make this podcast possible, all of our Inside Lowell podcasts possible, along with the rest of our podcast sponsors. Of course, our friends at the Washington Savings Bank. Make the switch now to Washington Savings Bank. TMI Properties, quality and value at every price point. Find your perfect space with TMI. Boston North Company, business solutions for restaurant and retail. Mahoney Oil, providing warmth and protection to Greater Lowell since 1925. Francis E. Prevention Insurance, the agency you can count on for more than 4 decades, and by the Massachusetts Pirates, who brought us all the hard-hitting action and excitement of arena football to the Songus Center at UMass Lowell. What a great first year it was for them. Can't wait for year number 2. Speaking of things I can't wait for, I got a great event. Well, I don't have it. We have a great event coming up, just a little over a week from now. We're recording this on September, I have to look at my date here, September 5th, where the Lowell Memorial Auditorium, great performance venue, great venue for all sorts of events, is hosting the 5th annual Irish Festival here in downtown Lowell. And joining me here in the WellPoint Studios is the Digital Marketing and Communications Manager for, technically is it Lowell Memorial Auditorium? Is it Spectacle Live?
It's Spectacle Live, yeah.
Spectacle Live. Cassidy Blouin is here. How are you, Cassidy?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm checking. I see audio because last year when we did this, I made you come in and forgot to turn on the audio.
Yes,
so
that did happen, but it's okay.
This year, I think we're working, but we'll know for sure at the end of the podcast whether I have to bring you back. But hey, it's here. You guys, first of all, I was going to say you had, summer slows down and now you start to gear up in the fall, but you guys didn't slow down. You had a ton of great shows, not just in Lowell at the auditorium, but your new Performing Arts Center up there in Nashua. Mm-hmm. You've got a number of different facilities. You got, how many different shows has Spectacle been a part of like this year? It's got to be hundreds by now, right? Definitely
hundreds. I could not pull the number off the top of my head, but it's definitely a lot across all of New England, from New Hampshire down to Rhode Island.
And what's cool is, if you happen to miss like one of the acts, say in Nashua, you can maybe go get them up in, in Rhode Island or in Lincoln or any of the other venues. What are the venues for folks who are not familiar?
Yeah, so we have venues, 2 in New Hampshire currently. So one up in Laconia, New Hampshire, which is the Colonial Theater of Laconia. We have the Nashua Center for the Arts in Nashua, New Hampshire. Then here in Mass, we have Lowell Memorial Auditorium, which is right down the street. We have Cary Memorial Hall in Lexington, Mass. Plymouth Memorial Hall down in Plymouth, Mass. Make sure I'm not forgetting any in Mass. No, definitely not. And then down in Rhode Island, we put shows on at the Jane Pickens Theater, which is in Newport, Rhode Island, and we will be opening the Historic Park Theater and Event Center down in Cranston, Rhode Island this October.
Yeah. And I think I said Lincoln. I meant Lexington, yep. But that's a Cary Hall. And what's great is all of these buildings seem to be these great historic buildings that have been around forever, except for Nashua, where you basically transformed one. And it's almost unrecognizable, but it's the old, folks will remember it as the old Alex's Shoes, right?
Yeah.
I'm old enough to remember it as that, but I was up there one day having dinner and I'm like, oh my God, this place is beautiful. And I do want to go catch a show up there, except they're right across the street from me, basically in downtown Lowell. So.
I know, right? We definitely have some great historic buildings, whether they were, owned and operated prior and went out of business for a period of time and then just renovated and brought back to life. But, it's really cool to see how these buildings have come back and kept music alive and entertainment in general alive in these communities.
Yeah, and my personal favorite, of course, and it's going to be, at least on this podcast, it's going to be your personal favorite too, is the Lowell Memorial Auditorium, which is actually going to be the home of the Irish Festival. As we mentioned, 5th year. What's new and exciting this year?
Well, I think the biggest piece that everyone will be really excited to hear this year is we were able, thanks to Guinness's commitment to us, make this event free for this year and the years coming up. So that's a huge piece of it. Makes it more accessible to everyone in the community and the surrounding communities to be able to come and enjoy this amazing festival that we've put on now for 5 years.
So free, the perfect price point. Even somebody like I can enjoy that. You still utilizing both the inside and the outside?
Yeah, so majority of the festival, as long as it's a, fingers crossed, beautiful day, does take place outside. However, we do have a main stage located inside, as well as some artisan vendors, and then some other great touch points that will be featured throughout that main concourse area.
Okay. And I know the city has been doing a ton of work on the area. So this kind of like that new walking bridge, and I think they've added some art to it, and that whole concourse. I think folks who maybe haven't been there in a couple of years are going to be surprised at how much it's been brought into the 21st century, yet it still has that look and that charm of the classic Lowell Memorial Auditorium.
Yes, 100%. And they actually just redid the big set of stairs right in the front of the auditorium itself.
Yeah, so it must be fun for you to go into work now that the jackhammering and everything has stopped, right? Is it a lot quieter?
Definitely, yes.
Okay, I want to save the music for the end, because you got a ton of music and some great acts who are coming in to headline. But for me personally, it's always about the food. You know, the music is great, but I want to eat some food. So let's talk a little bit about what some of the offerings are going to be available.
Yeah, so we'll definitely have some local Irish cuisine. We're definitely still finalizing our menu, and so once we have that, you can definitely check out our social media and our website for that. So LowellIrishFestival.com. You'll be able to find all the information there, and then Lowell Irish Fest on Instagram and Facebook. But you know, every year we do try to stick to that, and this year we will have some custom cocktails and, you know, an offering of different alcohol beverages for the adults. Then obviously some fun stuff for the kids too.
And speaking of that, was it last year that you introduced the Guinness Perfect Pour contest, giving some local bartenders and businesses an opportunity to show off their skills? Yeah,
so it's a really cool opportunity for local, like you said, local bars, restaurants, to get their bartenders engaged in this. And so this year it takes place on our main stage inside the auditorium from that is not the right thing. Sorry. From 2 to 3 p.m. And this year it currently will include bartenders from Bunratty Tavern, the Old Court, so right here local, Irish Cottage, the Indo Pub, the Port Tavern, and Elmscourt Oyster. So definitely can get a lot of people from around the surrounding communities back into our hometown Lowell.
And the Vegas betting odds have the Old Court as the favorite established right now, right?
I want to say the Old Court came in third last year.
Oh, an upset.
He came in pretty close.
All right, Finn, you got to have your team step the game up. Did I hear you say they're going to be on the main stage inside?
Yes, that is correct.
Oh, you're putting them in the spotlight. They're getting top billing, aren't they?
They are. Yeah, no, it definitely is a great way to get people inside as well, kind of get them out of the heat. Again, fingers crossed, it's a beautiful day, and come inside, get out of it, and then just enjoy this big opportunity to kind of see your local competitors fight to see who can pour the perfect pint of Guinness.
I know the bartenders kind of take it serious. I remember last year, I think Cobblestones, they were kind of like really like promoting their and whatnot. Yep. So, you know, the fun things, and you can kind of take some pride, and it gives a chance for your staff to, you know, kind of get known as well.
Exactly. And, you know, again, like I said, some of these businesses aren't necessarily local straight to Lowell. So it can bring that surrounding community into Lowell, and then let people here know about those different businesses outside of Lowell as well. Yeah,
the Irish Cottage is very well known. So that's the adult stuff. The kids can't get anywhere near the Guinness to sample it, but it's also a family and kid-friendly event. And besides, you know, food and drink offerings for the kiddos, you've got some other things for them as well, don't you?
Yep, we do. So a big one that we continue to bring back is Knucklebones. It has all these different sorts of little activities that we put on the grass outside for all the kids to be able to go and play with and kind of just hang around, and gives them a space separate from necessarily, you know, our big beer garden that we'll have this year. It's right next to it, but separated from the adults. kids and family can still see each other, obviously. And then we have caricature artists coming, face painting, and then other fun little games that'll be scattered throughout.
All the cool stuff that makes it
Correct.
fun for the kids to attend. And then, of course, we saved the music
Yes.
for last. Who are some of the big acts who are coming this year?
Yeah, so we have Shayla O'Brien, who's coming back again. I believe she's been here every year since the beginning. If not, it's been kind of since year 2. We have Derek Keene. We have My Druthers, we have Boxty, we have Irish Whisper coming back as well. And then the big one, we have Ian Millar of the Irish Rovers. We had him a couple years ago, and we're very excited to have him back this year.
So they're going to be performing both inside and out, or is all the music inside this year?
So the music will be kind of spread out between inside and outside. Most of it will be taking place outside on our 𝙒𝙚𝙡𝙎𝙪 stage, which is a stage located at the front of our building, kind of on the corner by the bridge. And then we also have our patio stage, which everyone seems to very much love. And so that will be set up again on the back patio at the auditorium. And then inside from 4 to 6, that's when we'll have Irish Whisper performing on the main stage. And then we do have some Irish step dancing throughout the day again.
Awesome. And it's kind of cool because it allows you to have, music going on constantly,
Yes.
because you don't have to take down things, set up for the next act and whatnot. So all this information, I'm assuming, is available on the website for folks who are not going to remember the music
Correct.
schedule and whatnot.
Yes, exactly. So you can go to 𝙒𝙗𝐻𝑒𝐿𝐻Festival.com. And then there's also an opportunity to sign up for real-time SMS messaging. So we will be sending out messages to anyone who signs up for that the day of, kind of just to remind them of what's going on, where they should be kind of heading throughout the day, reminding them of the perfect pour. Hey, 30 minutes out. Don't forget to go to our main stage. Don't want to miss this.
All right, that's a great feature. And again, the best feature is you don't have to pay a penny to
Yes.
get it. It is free,
Yes.
thanks to the folks at Guinness. So what time we start in the day? What time do you anticipate it ending again?
Yeah. So every year the fun starts at noon. We like to stick with that. But our doors do open at 11:30 this year, and it should go till around 8:30, 9 o'clock-ish.
All right, fantastic. And the website one more time is?
𝙒𝙗𝐻EirishFestival.com.
Okay. Cassidy Blouin, Digital Marketing and Communications Manager for Spectacle Live. Really looking forward to it. Halfway to St. Patrick's
Yes.
Day. Although in Lowell, St. Patrick's Day, I think, is year-round.
Oh,
anyway.
100%.
We're excited about this. Hopefully the weather will be fantastic for you folks, but even if it isn't, you got the perfect venue to
Yes,
deal with all of it.
we
So
do.
thanks so much for joining us, and thank you to you and Pete and everybody over there at the Auditorium and Spectacle Live for keeping this great event going for us.
Thank you.
All right, and we want to thank you as well for joining us here. Hope to see you all at Irish Festival 2024. I'm going to be there. Maybe I'll buy you a Guinness. Till next time, everybody, stay safe.